Hello everyone. So in this session we are going to see that how we can provision an S3 bucket on AWS account. So in previous session we have seen that if we have this AWS account, if we have this AWS cloud provider first, and inside that if we have this account, then we can create or provision resources on this account using Terraform. We have to write down some script on Terraform project. So we are going to make a directory which is going to be called as Terraform project. There we have to make a file first which is going to be main.tf, which is going to contain your provider information and your IAM informations, IAM user informations. Like this we have made in previous sessions. We have made this project session 2. We have made this main.tf where I have provided my provider information and my user information. And then this is the first resource that we have provisioned in previous session. We have provisioned an AWS instance. So what we have done in last class, in last session, we have made a file called as instance.tf. Okay, so then my Terraform is going to read both the files together and make the resource on this account as an EC2 instance. Now we are going to make an S3 bucket inside this. So you know S3 bucket is a storage service on AWS. So how can I make this S3 storage bucket on AWS account? That we are going to see in this session. So for that we can make a new file, new Terraform file, or we can put the same code in any one of this. Okay, so we can do any one of this which is going to be more suitable for us. So let's follow that standard way that we are going to make a separate file for this. So I'm going to make a separate file in the same project named as bucket.tf. Main important thing that I have told you in last class also, that important thing is that you should have file extension as .tf. .tf means Terraform. Name could be anything. So name could be anything. Only the content inside that should be relevant for that resource. So now question arises that what code need to be placed here and how can I get the code that need to be placed inside this. Okay, so no need to remember anything. Everything is going to be available on Terraform resource portal. So you have to just search AWS S3 bucket Terraform. You will find out this option S3 bucket and you can put it here Terraform S3 bucket resource to make more precise search. Then you will find out this AWS S3 bucket resource. Okay, then here automatically you will find out the templates, code templates or code snippets. You have to just rename the parameters, other things will remain same. So like this is that minimum code which is required to make a bucket on AWS account. So copy this code or you can select this code like this and you have to place this code inside this file. The minimum information required, your bucket name. This is not required, so I'm going to remove all those optional parameter. This is also all the optional parameter, but this is mandatory parameter. Okay, and this parameter should be unique. So I'm going to give demo my TF test bucket. So this name should be globally unique. Okay, this should be globally unique. So to make it globally unique, I'm going to add some more keyword as a prefix for this, because this name has been used, maybe used by multiple people who are using this template. So we have to add some prefix which is going to be unique. Okay, like I can give more appropriate name as Terraform IAC my TF as test bucket. So it is not going to be available generally, and then I'm going to save it. So this is going to be the code for provisioning a bucket on my AWS account. Now in Terraform, it is going to read all the files. So in this project, now what you have made two different Terraform script file. One is going to provision your AWS EC2 instance, and one is going to provision your S3 bucket. So when you are going to run Terraform plan command inside this project, now it is going to provision two resources for you. So let's see how that is going to provision those two resources for you. So you need to be there inside this folder. So you need to take this path. Okay, you are inside this folder now. First of all, do Terraform validate. This is not a mandatory command, but this is a suggestive command that whenever you have written some code in your Terraform project, run this command so that it is going to check syntax error in your code. So you see it is telling me success, it means there is no syntax error. Now I can run the next command and I want to check that what it is going to create in my AWS instance. So before actually applying this provisioning resources script, let me check that what resources it is going to provision. So it is going to be kind of pre-check. So you see it is telling me that it is going to add two resources, two to add. Now what are those two resources? So you see, first resource is going to be AWS instance. This is the IME of that instance. This is the type of that instance, and this is the name of this instance. Second resource, it is going to provision AWS S3 bucket. This is going to be the name of that bucket. Okay, so if I am okay with this, I can run this Terraform apply and I can give auto approve, which is going to eliminate the need of a final confirmation message. So in this case, it will start provisioning the resources on your AWS account in the region where you have specified in your main.tf. So it will start provisioning your resources, and then it will start seeing these things on your EC2. Go for that instances. So you see that instance has started. Name of that instance is EC2 instance Terraform. Now you can see the bucket also. So open your AWS console in new tab and go for S3 bucket. And there you see that a bucket has been created. Terraform IAC my TF test bucket. That bucket has created where you can upload your files. So as I have told you, that S3 bucket is a storage where you can put your files and folder. So this is the way that how you can create a bucket also on your AWS account. Very simple code. Now again the same thing, once that has been created and the need is done, then you can destroy those resources also. So this is a good practice, that if the work is not there, destroy those resources. So it is going to destroy all resources which has been provisioned by this ISE, this script. So that is also a beauty of Terraform. You are not required to remember that how many resources you have made with this script. It will automatically delete all resources together. So once this command is going to execute, you will be seeing that your bucket and your instance is no more there. So you see it is destroying both of those. And one more important thing is that both the things are going to be done parallelly. So if you have asked to make 100 resources, it is going to start executing or creating those resources parallelly. If you have asked to delete all those resources, then it will start destroying those resources parallelly. So you will be seeing that your bucket will not be there. So after some time, this bucket will not be there. You see there is no bucket now, and if you refresh, you will see no instance is also there. And here you see that both the destroy will be done. Okay, so in few seconds, you will see there that this command is going to complete, and you will see that resources has been destroyed successfully. Similar kind of message will come. And you will be seeing that destroy complete to resource destroy. That is one thing. Now here Terraform is going to give you flexibility that you can write down the same code in same file. It is not required to put the code in different file. You can put this bucket creation code in same file also, where you have made AWS instance resource. So you can write down all resources in single file also. So let me show you this thing also. So now in this case I don't have code in my bucket. I have placed this code in my instance file itself. Now if I'm going to apply plan command, I'm not going to apply this. Plan will also tell me that whether this thing is going to do or not. So if I'll do for Terraform plan, you will see it is going to tell me 2 resource to add. So you see it is telling me 2 resource to add. Same thing is it is telling me here that 1 bucket and 1 EC2 instance. So this is another way to create your resources in single file. So in Terraform you are not required to write down the code in different files. You can write everything in same file also. Even this entire code you can also place in main.tf also. So that in that case there is no need for instance.tf also. Okay, so this is the way that how you can create another resource. It could be S3 bucket, it could be some other resources as well. But good practice is that put that code in different files. Okay, it is going to be good practice. Why that is so? Because if you have placed the code in different files, different resources, so you can give access to different type of developers or different type of users for different type of script file, so that they can work only on that specific resource only. Great. So that is all about for this session, that how you can make S3 bucket. Now we're going to see in next class for other topic, which is going to be variables, that how we can use variables in Terraform and how that is going to be useful. So that is all about for this session. See you in the next class. All the best.